Hi guys! In this video I would like to share some exercises and stretches to release the lower back, to release from tension and to release from pain. So during the video I will cue you because it's a lot lying on our backs and also some exercises lying face down. However, if you're unsure, watch the video and please make sure you're working in your own range of motion. Be careful with your body, be aware of the problems you have, and do not take yourself too far, please. Don't hurt yourself. Alright, we're starting lying on our backs. The feet will be on a mat and knees are bent, and please make sure your feet are hip width apart, so that's about 1 fist size should fit in between your knees and in between your heels and in between the front of your feet, so it's all parallel and you can lie down. Make sure you lie comfortable on the ground, on a mat, or on the carpet if you don't have a mat, and hands are next to your body, palms facing down to the ground, and take a few breaths, deep breaths, breathe in deeply, and exhale, release from tension in your neck, in your shoulders, in your legs. Feet are firmly planted on the ground. And release your jaw from tension. And have just a glimpse to your knees, if they are parallel or if they fall together or apart. Just make sure they're parallel to each other. And we start with little rockings of the pelvis. So it's just simply rocking the pelvis back, which means the lower back touches the mat. And then release and let the pelvis rock back into the neutral position where it just came from, basically. And then repeat, rock back with your pelvis, the lower back touches the mat, and let go so the pelvis comes back in the neutral position. And repeat. We keep doing this movement quite for a while. It's really small, but it helps a lot. So when you know about the movement, rocking back and forward, you can add breathing. Exhale when you rock back. And inhale when the pelvis comes back into neutral. And exhale when you rock back. And inhale when it comes forward. Do this movement really slow. And if you're in pain, do it small. And at some stage, you might feel that it can be bigger, so you can go further back. But make sure you're not pushing yourself into a massive hyperlordosis. If you feel like you have to, you can go there, but please make sure you're not hurting yourself. The next thing we're adding is some abdominal tension, because the pelvic rocking is caused by the abdominals pulling in. So when you exhale, imagine your navel, or also do it, your navel goes in and up. Pull your navel in towards your spine and a little up towards your chest. And keep the abdominal tension you have even when the pelvis rocks back into neutral. Make sure the belly goes in and not flopping out when you rock back. And keep the slight tension when you go back into neutral. You can also use your hands on your abdomen to control what it's doing and to feel if the belly goes in or comes out. So as long as the pelvis is rocking, your legs and your glutes should be quite relaxed. So when you rock back, exhale, pull your navel in and up and stay there and control the back of your legs and your glutes. Are they tensed or are they relaxed? And try to fully relax them. Your feet stay properly grounded on the floor. And then release the tension and rock back your pelvis into neutral. And exhale, rock back. And stay there. Make sure your abs is activated. Your glutes and your hamstrings are relaxed. And then put your hands on your ribs, on the lower part of your ribs. And with the next exhale, draw them together and down towards your pelvis. And try to keep them down. And when you inhale, breathe more into your back and into the sides. And try to keep the ribs down, connected with your abdomen, drawing down to your pelvis. And keep them activated together with the abdomen and rock your pelvis back into neutral. And rock it back. We do a few more of those now. Rock it forward, inhale, and exhale, rock it back. Pull the abdomen in, pull the ribs down, and inhale, rock forward, and exhale, rock back. Keep doing this movement. And if you can, and if you feel good, you can take it to the next level with me. I have to put my heels a bit closer for the next movement because we're rocking the pelvis back, so the lower back touches the ground, touches the mat. And I try to bring more length into my hip flexors. So the sacrum lifts off the mat a little bit. And it comes back down and the pelvis rocks forward into neutral. And rocking back, lower back touches the ground, belly muscle in, navel in and up. And keep the flow of the motion. And lengthen through your hip flexors. So there is also some tension in the quads, and maybe you feel the tension down into your knees. It's okay. And release, and go forward into neutral. Exhale, rock back, keep the flow going, the pelvis lifts a bit further, the hip flexors get even wider, there's tension all on the front, hip flexors, quads into the knees. If it hurts your knees, don't go so far, and release, roll back down into neutral. We go a little further though, rock back and roll the pelvis up so you have one straight line from your shoulders to your knees, and roll back down. So when you roll up, make sure you keep the abdominal tension you have when you rock back. So you keep the pelvis and the ribs connected and the lower back long. So it's a really active position to get up and also to get down. Keep the lower back long, 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 long until the pelvis is down on the mat and rocks back into neutral. And again, posterior tilt, so the rocking back, and then peeling the spine up, the pelvis towards the ceiling, and back down. Exhale. Inhale, rock into neutral. Exhale, rock back and peel yourself off the mat. Inhale up there. Keep lifting through your quads up towards the ceiling. Make sure your lower back is really long and your abdomen is active. And also now, make sure your legs stay parallel and not drifting apart. If you find yourself in trouble with your legs falling apart, you can always try and take a cushion or a small pillow and put it in between your knees and press slightly against it so your legs stay parallel to each other. And we do a few more. Rock back, peel up, and roll down vertebra by vertebra, and into neutral. So when you do this, make sure you're not cramping in your shoulders and in your neck. Breathe, let it flow. We do one more here. Rock back, roll up vertebra by vertebra. Enjoy the length in the front of your body. And come back down. Alright, perfect. So the next thing we do from here is to stretch the glutes. For this, you take your right leg and put your right foot onto your left knee. Next step is to lift the left leg up and to grab with your right hand in between the triangle in front of you and with your left arm outside of your left thigh, and then you can keep a hold onto your left leg and pull it closer. When you're in this position, make sure your right knee pushes away from you and your sacrum comes down onto your mat. So when you find yourself here, your pelvis lifted up, try to bring it back down, and maybe if possible back, not fully into neutral, but kinda feeling. Keep it down and then keep pulling your left knee in and your right knee apart. And breathe. Relax through your shoulders, through your neck, face and jaw. But stay active in your abdomen and in your legs. Open up the right knee, pull in the left one. And breathe through it. This stretches mainly the glutes of the right leg. So to get out of the stretch, release the tension from your left leg. Let go of your hands and unwind the right leg. Place it down onto the mat and we do the other side. So the left foot comes onto the right knee or right thigh and the left hand grabs through the triangle, the right one out the side of your right leg and grab through it. And again, make sure your pelvis is down on the mat. Maybe you rock it a little right and left, back and forth to feel your bones, to feel your sacrum, to feel your pelvis. And the left knee pushes away from you. The right knee pulls in. Shoulders, neck relaxed. And breathe deeply. If you think this is too much tension, you can always place down in this case now, the right leg, place it back down on the mat and just push away the left knee. Remember, do not hurt yourself, please. So release the right leg back down onto the ground, the left one as well. And from here, take one leg up and in and the other leg again. And close your legs, let go of tension in your legs, but close them properly. Bring your hands down onto your mat, either next to yourself or into some of a T position, and start little circles with your legs. So choose one direction. I've chosen to rock anti-clockwise. And choose your range of motion. Massage your lower back. And this is again some muscle work for your abdomen. Make sure it's not flopping. Your abdomen is not flopping out, but keep it in. Keep your navel pulled inwards and a little up. And decide how big you want it to do them. Maybe you want to make big ones to have some more range. Or you just do really small ones and massage your sacrum. And then switch sides. Remember, your abdomen works. Your legs are closed. And your shoulders and your neck is relaxed. And decide for yourself how big you wanted to do them or how small, whatever your body needs. And then come back into your center and grab your left knee with both hands and slide down your right leg. And if you feel good, you can slide it out fully. So your right leg is fully on the ground and keep your left leg in. However, if it's too much tension in either your left leg in the back side or in your right hip flexor or in your back, go back to the version here. Now take the tension out of your hip and move your leg with your hands. Make small circles with your left leg. Let your hands guide those circles. Relax your shoulders and your neck, but make sure your abs is activated and you stay fairly quiet on your mat with your pelvis and with your right leg. And then switch sides, circle in the other direction. Don't forget to breathe. We do a few more. Alright, then come back to center. Bring your right leg in. Switch hands onto your right leg and bring your left leg out. However, do what you feel comfortable with. Either let your knee bend or stretch it out fully. And pull in your leg with your hands. Relax the right hip. And then start small circles. Move your leg from your arms with your hands. Shoulders relaxed, neck is relaxed, and breathe through it. Keep a little tension in your abs. Open the left hip flexor and change the direction with your right leg. The circles and the other way. The last one, come back to center. And bring your right leg down into the mat and bend the left knee as well. And roll yourself onto your side. And from here, push down through your hands, come back up to sitting, which is a really safe way for your back to get up. And it doesn't matter if you want to get up from the ground or if you want to get out of bed. It's always a very safe way to go onto your side first and then push with your arms. And sit on your mat again with straight legs. And we do some stretches for the back sides of the legs. So however you can decide for yourself if you want to flex your legs or if you want to point them. Decide what you want to do. You can also switch in between and see how it changes the muscle or tension. So move into that stretch and see how it goes. Make sure, no matter if the legs are if the feet are point or flex, that the legs are parallel and your knees are upright towards the sky. You can close them slightly and then you can pull wherever you can grab to get into that stretch. If this is here, it's alright. Please, wherever you're stretching, make sure your shoulders are relaxed and your neck is relaxed. Try to pull more from your belly and from your hip flexors and maybe with your arms, but please make sure your shoulders are not up on your ears, but your neck is really free and long. And when you're down in your stretch, you can also change the position of your feet. In my case, from point feet to flex feet. And it changes the stretch in the legs. You can just hang there, stay active through your legs, through your abs, and release your shoulders and your neck. You can also move your head in a manner of saying yes and see what it changes for you in your back and like in the feeling of your spine. To come back up from the stretch, exhale and pull your navel in towards your spine to come back to sitting. And I turn to face the camera, so we do some more for your hips. Take your hands either on your legs, or if you can't sit properly here, you can also try to have the hand in the back of you, and from here move the right glute a bit forward and then let go, and move the left glute a bit forward and let go. So as you would like to walk with your glutes forward on your mat. If you make it bigger and with a little snap, you can also walk forward on your mat. And you can walk back again. If you're now not sure where I want to take you to, it's the feeling of taking the hip from the inside forward. So when you're with your hands further back, towards your feet. One side after the other. Push the right glute forward and push the left glute forward. And change here. You can also do it when you're hanging a little forward to have more length on your lower back. You can let go and hang above your knees, above your feet. And move from side to side. Alright, and then roll back up, come back to sitting. And open your legs as wide as it's good for you. And we do some side stretches. Make sure your knees are pointing up and the back of your feet are pointing up to the ceiling as well. You can again flex or point your feet as you like and take your hands out and then move up, up, up and to the side. And you can use your lower hand as a guide to where you want to go. And release. And go up, up, up. And feel more like going up than going to the side. To have more length inside of your body. And keep your shoulder away from your ears, both ones. So try not to do this, it's more like that. And also pull from your head, not just from your arms. Keep the other side, keep it down. Try to stay on your sits bones even and keep your, when you have your legs straight, keep them down. If you feel a lot of tension, you can also make it smaller, but still try. When the legs are smaller, try to go not over the leg, but behind the leg. You can do it here too. You have your lower arm to guide the direction, and you can have a look for the upper arm, where it's actually going to. If you have the flexibility, you can have your legs wider. Yes. Alright, so for the last exercises, we're lying face down on our stomach. You can listen to the video. I'll guide you through. We start with our hands interlaced and the head is on the hands and the legs are closed. And try to bring your pelvis and your hip flexors into the mat. So maybe it's hard to feel. And then bring your toes under your heels and stretch those knees. And you will find your pubic bone more grounded in the mat. And you will find your pelvis like more on the mat. And keep your pelvis here and release your feet. And try to keep it in that position. And it also, it's pretty good to have a very long back. Keep your abs activated. And then bend the right knee. Bring the right heel towards your right glute. And stretch it out again. And we switch sides. Bend the left knee, bring the left foot to your left glute. And stretch it out. Keep your pelvis even on the mat and bend right. And stretch. And bend left. And stretch. And switch again. Bend right side. Don't forget to breathe. And make sure your shoulders are relaxed and away from your ears, down towards your pelvis. And keep switching those legs, bending those knees, one at a time. Keep the lower back very long and the abs activated. Do those movements slow and controlled. And really feel into your legs, into your hip flexors. What is responding? Where do you feel the stretch? Is there pain? Or is there none? And where is the muscle or tension? So this is a really active stretch for your hip flexors and for your quads. And it's also a nice training for your hamstrings. And it's more hamstring work than glute work actually. So as long as you're doing this exercise, please make sure your lower back is long and you're trying to keep your pelvis down on the mat. So this should be enough. To end this tutorial, bring your hands under your shoulders and push up and bring your bottom to your feet. You can keep the hands either long and straight to get a stretch through your shoulders too, or you put them aside your body and take a few deep breaths here. Inhale, expand your chest, stretch your lungs, and exhale, release the tension. Release your head, your neck, your shoulders. Release your back and your lower back down towards your feet. Let go of the arms.
and stay here as long as you need this stretch and this relaxing position. I hope you enjoyed it.
You can stay down there because it's probably more comfortable. I hope you feel released. I hope you feel better and your back feels more alive. Yeah. Tell me how you're feeling. Tell me how you're going with this video. And tell me what you need next. See ya. Bye.